We are covering airport markings and traffic patterns, a critical topic you will encounter on the Aviation Information Subtest of the AFOQT. The big white numbers painted on a runway aren't random. They directly relate to the runway's magnetic compass heading. The system is straightforward. You take the runway's magnetic heading, round it to the nearest 10 degrees, and then drop the last zero. For example, if you see the number 27 on a runway, it means that runway is aligned to approximately 270 degrees on a magnetic compass, which is due west. The AFOQT will test your ability to work this backwards and forwards. An exam question might state that an aircraft is on a magnetic heading of 088 degrees for landing and ask for the runway number. You would round 088 to the nearest 10, which is 90. Drop the 0, and select the answer runway 9. Another common trap involves reciprocal runways. Every runway can be used in two directions. To find the opposite runway number, you simply add or subtract 180 degrees. So, for runway 27, which is 270 degrees, the opposite direction is 090 degrees, 270 minus 180. The other end of that same pavement is runway 9. Expect to see questions that require this quick mental math. Now let's move to the airport traffic pattern, which is the standardized path aircraft follow around an airport for takeoffs and landings. For the AFOQT, the single most important rule to remember is that a standard traffic pattern uses left-hand turns. If the exam presents a diagram and asks for the correct turn into the next leg of the pattern without specifying otherwise, the answer will be a left turn. The pattern itself is a rectangle with 5 distinct legs. After takeoff, you climb straight out on the upwind leg, which is parallel to the runway. At a safe altitude, typically around 300 feet below pattern altitude, you make your first 90-degree left turn onto the crosswind leg. After another 90-degree left turn, you are on the downwind leg, flying parallel to the runway but in the opposite direction of landing. This is followed by a 90-degree left turn to the base leg, which is perpendicular to the runway. The final 90-degree left turn aligns you with the runway for landing. This is called the final approach. The standard traffic pattern altitude is typically 1,000 feet above ground level, or AGL. An exam trap might try to confuse AGL with mean sea level, or MSL. If an airport's field elevation is 500 feet MSL, the pattern altitude would be 1,000 feet MSL because it's always 1,000 feet above the airport itself. To keep the pattern legs straight under pressure, use this simple mnemonic: up, close, down, before, final. This stands for upwind, crosswind, downwind, base, and final. Remembering up, close, down, before, final ensures you can correctly identify any leg of the pattern in a test scenario. For free practice questions, AI-powered explanations, and more exam prep tools, visit openexamprep.com. That's openexamprep, all one word, .com.